Hello everyone, this is Marina Cherry. Today I wanted to talk to you about letting go. I personally feel, especially as an intuitive, it's the most powerful tool in my toolbox. Every single time you ask an intuitive question, once you've figured out what question to ask and you've asked it in the most powerful way possible, the next ingredient in that most incredible tool in your intuitive toolbox will be to let go of the question. You have to walk away from the experience and the energy of needing to know an answer. And that's why creating the question in a healthy, opening, inviting way for the universe, where you're setting as little limitations as possible in terms of what they could give you as an answer, is key in creating the question. Because you don't know what the intuitive answer is going to be. And your mind might tell you many, many times over what the answer is going to be. But that's not an intuitive answer. That's a mind-made response, typically based on fear and worry and doubt and needing to know a solution so you can move forward. That's not intuitive. Intuitive answers are almost always surprising, never what you would think. There's a simplicity and a beauty and a synchronicity to them. So to get into the vein of receiving that type of solution to your powerful question, surrendering is highly necessary. So let's say you want to know if you should buy a new piece of furniture. And you've been contemplating it for a while, and now you think this is the time, and you've diligently researched how best to ask a question that doesn't push your buttons, but allows you to be open to the answer, like which piece of furniture would be in my highest good, or please share with me the best furniture store that would be in my highest good to buy a new dining room table or a new ottoman, whatever the question might be. Using the term highest good helps you to stay out of the brain, because you've already gotten plenty of answers from your mind. The mind is communicating to this human experience all the time. And most of those answers are highly inaccurate and completely unhelpful, unless you're present. Like a few moments before I started the video, Courtney, my assistant, and I were setting up the lights. And so we were asking each other, how does this look? How about over here? How do we help this stand out? So we were in the moment asking questions. That's a very different animal than an intuitive question. So you've created the question, which can take a little while. And then you ask the question. You could ask it out loud. You could write it down on a piece of paper. You could say it in your mind. And then you must, in my opinion, let go of that question. You have to kick it out of your mind. You have to surrender. You have to walk away from it. You have to not care, because the universe is going to give you an answer that's probably going to surprise you. So if you can disengage from the question, really learn how to let go, one of the most powerful things you will ever do in your life, then you have room to receive something spontaneous, unique, never what you would have thought of, to come into your awareness so that you can understand it, so you can then move forward and go buy that ottoman from some store that you once saw years ago in a small town that's not far from your house, but you rarely ever shop there. A picture will just spontaneously come into your mind about the store, and that's going to be your answer. But you must disengage. That's what letting go means. Letting go means you stop thinking about it, you stop asking about it, you stop trying to figure it out. You have to literally detach from an intuitive question or needing an intuitive answer. You have to completely detach, completely let go, and become present. So becoming present is something that I hope that you work on experiencing hundreds of times a day. Even just a few moments ago, because I do this a lot, especially when I'm working, I felt the stool I'm sitting on. I let my glute muscles feel the wood that's underneath my body, that's holding me up so I can have this conversation, because presently my body is sitting on a stool, literally. I have my legs crossed, one shoe is on the floor. This is my present moment. And the present moment, in terms of the human mind's perception of life, is boring. And the mind doesn't like to be bored. It really I think, thinks that it likes drama. So it's constantly trying to find dramatic things. Letting go is not investing in drama. Letting go is backing out of the drama parking lot and going to find the present moment parking lot. The mind really seeks out quiet, or hopes that you will seek out quiet, hopes that you will learn to surrender and get out of the way. Another powerful way that you can use letting go is if you have a situation in your life that's really challenging and you're trying to avoid something that you've decided is terrible and you're working hard to find solutions. What I'm going to recommend that you do, instead of pushing the problem away and trying to find a solution, I would encourage you to embrace the problem. That's also a form of surrendering and letting go. What if it's just going to be like this? And I'm not saying that it will be at all. In fact, it won't if you can let go. If you can let go, that means you are not holding on to it so tightly and your defiance to it being there that it can actually start to dissipate or resolve. So try embracing the thing that you think is so terrible. Try experiencing the thing that you think is so terrible. Try it on and see how you feel. Like, it's not the end of the world. It most likely is not going to happen. Like, probably 98% of the time, the things that we're pushing away, saying, I don't want that, I don't want that, I don't want it, it's not even going to happen. So if you can relax, because that's a beautiful way to let go, where you embrace something, you try it on, you get curious about it in a curious way, not an, oh, I guess this is my lot in life and this terrible thing is now going to happen. But no, what if? What if this thing happened and I was still okay? What would it look like if I embraced this thing that I don't want? What would it be like? Could I let myself for a moment, for 5 minutes, for a couple of days, be curious about that thing I hate so much that I don't want in my life at all? Could I embrace it and become curious about that? Because that is another gorgeous and beautiful way to let go. I wish you happy letting go experiences always. Bye-bye for now.